You then describe Mr. Meadows at 11:45 a.m. on Inauguration Day, asking the Secret Service how quickly they can get to the Justice Department because he wants to try to declassify something literally in the last 15 minutes when Donald Trump is president. What was that about? What was he trying to do?
That specific binder was pertinent to Crossfire Hurricane. Do we want to put people back in power that have mishandled and have been showed to mishandle the most sensitive national security secrets that our nation has? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves.
Let's talk about the president declassifying the documents in this Russia investigation. I think it stunned a lot of people in the intel community. Some of them say they couldn't find a good precedent for it. Do the FBI, does the Department of National Intelligence have any recourse here? Is there any way for them to protect classified information, or do they have to carry out the president's order?
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So, guys, honestly, when did the American media transition from telling truth and telling facts, even if they were misleading facts, even if they were abusing the facts, but when did they switch from that to just plain telling stories, man? And it seems like that's literally all they do anymore. They just tell stories, and really only stories that fully and completely align with their narrative. And of course, their narrative is whatever it takes to get Trump. The Steele dossier failed to do it. Impeachment 1 couldn't do it. Impeachment 2, indictments 1, 2, 3, and 4, civil cases, business cases, defamation cases, all swings and all misses, and big swings. They just have not been able to get him. And then they peddled the narrative that, he was handing over classified naval intelligence to rich Australian billionaires. Everything falls apart quicker and quicker and quicker than the last thing. And now we have the case of the missing binder, probably their weakest attempt yet.
How concerned should we be knowing that this binder filled with key intelligence about Russian interference has gone missing?
Yeah, absolutely. We should be incredibly concerned. But here's why. We should be concerned that raw intelligence of any kind would just be left around in an unsecured binder, and people as low level as Cassidy Hutchinson, who no one ever would have heard about if she hadn't been within a few feet of Donald Trump on January 6th, how people like that would know about it. And I got to ask, if she was so concerned about this very, very important scion of domestic policy, Cassidy Hutchinson, if she was so concerned about it, why did she never tell her contacts in Congress when she was meeting with them repeatedly, trying to, again, get Trump? Why did she wait until her flop of a book tour to sound the alarm? And why are her friends in the media not asking her more about the timing? All it takes is just a few easy slam dunk questions, because they don't want to know. Even when they're trying to help her with her story, she absolutely blows it. They blow it.
Meadows takes what you believe is a classified binder, Crossfire Hurricane, which is the Trump-Russia investigation, and he takes it to two far-right media figures who basically toe the MAGA party line, and Cipollone tells you there's classified information in that to get it back, and you get it back. Meadows said...
I don't personally get it back.
But it gets brought back.
It gets brought back. Not in binders, by the way. That was unbound. By the time
okay. But Meadows says, no, everything he gave had been unclassified by Trump.
Well, I would say there's a reason those documents were brought back, and I would... That's a very dubious response, in my opinion, because one, we got those documents back for a reason, and two, those documents still have not been fully declassified by the Justice Department.
Yeah, I mean, that's a potential law violation.
Correct, and that is also, it goes to show how there was a mentality in the Trump administration of being frivolous with some of our with some of our country's most sensitive national security secrets. And do we really want people like that back in power?
All right, so I said that they blow it, right? Here's how they blew it. They said it themselves, that the binder was all about Crossfire Hurricane. And Google all this stuff, guys. Just a reminder, Crossfire Hurricane was essentially the illegal wiretapping of American citizens. Wiretaps that were the fruit of FBI agents knowingly lying to the FISA court, taking Hillary's bought and paid for campaign lies to a FISA court and pawning them off as real evidence. And this was all in the very early days. This was the first effort to get Trump. So But here's the thing about Crossfire Hurricane, and they brought it up, and here's the thing about that binder. That binder was given to the Trump administration because they asked for it. They asked for that information from the FBI for the express purposes of declassification, which that's all it was in its entirety. That entire binder with some redactions was declassified. So what does that all mean? What am I even talking about? Here's what it means. It means that when the media and self-serving book peddlers like Cassidy Hutchinson spread lies about raw Russian intel going missing in the last days of the Trump administration, what they are really referring to is a now declassified collection of documents from the FBI on the topic of fake Russian intel. So this raw Russian intel is actually FBI intel about fake Russian intel. And of course, these media people, fueled by their own propaganda, their own confirmation bias, this is probably the best example of why you don't get high on your own supply. Because this is what happens. There is literally nothing to this story. It is all smoke, no mirrors. But we'll see where this goofy story even goes. I mean, my guess is not very far. By the time this video hits, it's probably already forgotten. But that's all I've got. I thought you guys would find that pretty interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And guys, if you haven't, help us to continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.